everybody! Welcome to another Usapang Bedista. My name is Ailana. I graduated from San Beda in 2016 and I majored in BS Psychology. Today, I'm with a special guest. She's an entrepreneur from West Covina. She did go to San Beda in 2008 and she majored in nursing. But let's hear more of her story. I want to welcome you to Miss Denise Chua. Hi Denise, welcome to Usapang Bedista. It's very nice to have another guest with us here. When did you arrive here to the United States?
I got here 2011.
2011. So 3 years after when you took up nursing in the Philippines.
Yes.
So can you tell me more about that?
So I got here basically just to work on my papers kasi the age as well. So you have to be here before you're 21. So I had to come back here for just a few weeks and then went back to the Philippines to finish school. And then after a year, I went back here and pretty much settled here for good.
And then you started your own business na?
Yes, it took me some time actually. Way back in 2015, no 2016 I think. Yeah, that's when I really started because I was already heading towards med school when I got here.
So what business? Can you tell me about your business?
Currently I'm in finance, so we basically educate people how to manage their debts and eventually build assets for their retirement. And our main goal is to pretty much increase their cash flow by minimizing their current expenses. Because not everyone here are aware of expenses. As much as they know, like it's just required to have these necessities, like let's say insurance, but they don't know where to really look around and have a better coverage for the first cheaper value.
So how did you make that shift from nursing to entrepreneurship?
It's all about mindset. Nursing kasi it's a culture in the Philippines. Of course, you have to be in a medical field or any profession like a lawyer, a doctor, or a nurse, nothing else. Parang wala nang ibang nagmamatter for them. But when I got here, it's a totally different life. I've noticed a lot of people na they're not even graduates from college, but they have been successful here. And pretty much what we took up in college sa Philippines didn't really help so much sa life dito. So the transition is mindset, and of course I've seen, as I stayed in the business for quite some time, I've seen and noticed na even nurses here are still struggling. They are earning a lot of money, but they are still drowning. They could still be drowned in debts. They could still be drowned in. They're basically living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, so that's why I decided to transition and become a business owner because parang na-realize ko na if you're an entrepreneur, you basically control your own time, your own life. And if you're a nurse, yes, you're earning a lot of money, but basically that's too much time away from your family. And it's not a good environment for me because I already have kids. So what I wanted to do is to have time and money at the same time. So that's why I transitioned to business.
And how did you adjust? Like, I know it's a big stepping stone from nursing to entrepreneurship. How did you adjust and how did your family take it?
Family, first, walang support, of course, because they're a strong believer of having a degree, having a college degree and basically pursuing that. Okay, so family-wise, there wasn't really much support because it's our culture in the Philippines nga na we have to finish your degree, and it's I believe na parang a fulfillment na nararamdaman ng parents once you get that and you pursue that. But then I have to transition myself, as I've mentioned kanina, is mainly, bottom line is it's still for them. So I had to just really prove myself that where I'm going is right, and it's actually for them. It's not just for me. So eventually, yung goal ko is having this business is not just for myself, not just for my kids, but also for my family. Na I can bring them into a much better life than where they're at right now. I mean, they're good. They're also business owners, but it's still gonna be a different ball game kapag as a child you get to fulfill your responsibilities na for them because of course they're not growing younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
Is your family here or are they back in the Philippines?
They're here.
They're here. Are you guys running the same business?
No, my parents have, my mom has her own business and eventually help her out once in a while with her business, pero I have my own that I'm focusing on.
So, nagmana ka pala sa mommy mo, nasa family niya yung pagiging
Yeah, business.
entrepreneur. Yeah. So, it's nice na you made your family your inspiration in this,
Right.
despite of them not supporting you at first.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you say to our viewers? What advice would you give them, if they're struggling to find their career path or if they do want to pursue entrepreneurship?
Right.
Yeah, what advice do you have for them?
My advice is find someone who already did it and follow their steps. Because if you're trying to build your own, it's gonna be a really stressful stage that you have to go through. And there's so many adversities, there's so many challenges. But that's a part of life. That's part of growing up in the business. Because if you don't have those challenges, nothing's gonna change. So basically, parang as what my mentors in the business always tell me, it's just like a muscle. If you don't use it, basically you can't. It's not gonna be helpful sa'yo. So if we develop our minds and our parang yung mentality, we have a strong mentality na to overcome adversities, eventually you're gonna get there. Because business is always a risk. And if you don't take a risk, there's nowhere to go. So, yun, just take the risk. If there's an opportunity that knocks, open the door and don't get scared. Don't be skeptical about it. I would say just always remember the reason why you're doing it. Because if you don't have that strong strong why why you're doing what you're doing, eventually you're gonna quit in whatever you're doing. It could be even as a student, if you don't have that strong enough reason why you're trying to finish, let's say, nursing, you're not gonna end up finishing nursing. If someone just forced you to take that course, you're not gonna finish it because you don't like it. But if you have a good reason why you're doing it, then eventually you will go do that.
Thank you. All right, so again, I hope Miss Denise has been an inspiration to all of you. Nakaka-inspire po yung story niya. And thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you guys for viewing. Abangan niyo po yung next episodes namin sa Usapang Bedista. Thank you guys for watching. Abangan niyo po yung next episodes namin ng Usapang Bedista. Bye!